Hello everybody, this is day 4 of me making my admissions related videos, and today is one of the most important factors that contribute to your acceptance to top universities. And I want to explain this from the perspective of the admissions officer. And I want to refer to this something as completing the puzzle. Now, what do I mean by completing the puzzle? You as an applicant are a puzzle, meaning that all parts of your application, recommendation letter, extracurricular activities, personal statement, research papers, and everything else that is included in your application is supposed to come together and complete this one profile. Now, let me explain to you in depth. For example, for somebody who is applying to applied mathematics major, an admissions officer would kind of expect you to have some type of STEM classes. For example, AP Calculus, AP Physics maybe, something in that field. Another thing, let's say in your honor section, you mentioned that you are a Uzbekistan English Olympiad first place winner. And one of your recommendation letter is from your English teacher. If your English teacher never mentions you winning any Olympiads, the puzzle is now broken. Meaning that every single part of your application should complete a one-person personality. The first thing that I look at when I'm looking at your application is your GPA, the classes you take, and then your personal statement essay. When I'm reading your personal statement essay, all the classes you take, all the extracurricular activities that follows it, and everything else should explain this one person. For example, in your essays, if you mention that you are a very introverted person and that you really don't talk to anybody, but in one of your extracurricular activities, you mentioned that you are, a head at public speaking, something doesn't add up. The main point here is make sure that all aspects of your application add up to complete this one profile. Now, I want to get to the second part of the video. The second part of the video that I want to focus on now is, okay, if there is 10,000 people with 1,500 plus SATs are applying to Yale this year, let's say about 10,000 plus with IELTS 8 plus, all the international students are applying, what makes you stand out from the others? Now, there are some things in the college admissions process that you have no control over whatsoever. Now, what are these things? First of all, every single class that is being admitted needs to have a balance between different majors, balance between genders, and balance basically between your socioeconomic status and your upbringing. Meaning, if I will be accepting 100 students into my class, I want to make sure I have some economics majors, some computer science majors, some political science majors. So if I have already filled up my computer science requirement or computer science people, then no matter how good your application is, I might not accept you. I might accept somebody who's less qualified but a political science major because I don't have as many as political science majors in my class. Another thing, let's say that I have already accepted 50% boys and I need to now accept 50% girls. Even if you're a boy and you are more qualified, I will take the girl. Not because of anything, just because they need to make sure that they have some type of balance between the genders. And lastly, another thing is your socioeconomic status and your background, basically. Now, when a university is accepting students, it doesn't want only students who were poor then became rich, only rich students, or only a certain type of student. They need to have a mix. They need to have a really sweet mix of people from underdeveloped countries, people from low socioeconomic status, and basically people of all walks of life. Now, you need to make sure that you know which category you are. You need to know your major, your background, socioeconomic status, and you need to align them perfectly with what the university might be looking for. For example, this year, 85% of the applicants from Uzbekistan were computer science majors. Now, I'm not saying don't be a computer science major, but all I'm saying is that computer science majors had more competition. That's globally because computer science is now improving. So more people tend to major in computer science. So the competition amongst computer science majors grow. While, for example, let's say international relations, which is not as popular, declines. With that being said, make sure that you treat yourself as a puzzle and your application as a puzzle that you need to put pieces together to make sure that all sides fit together.